Hey guys, Paul here. Today I am going to do a little bit of a throwback shave. I broke out some things that I've had for quite a while, and I thought I would go ahead and use them in the shave today. So first off, I'm going to be using the Tradere open comb razor. This is the original Tradere open comb. I got this way back when, probably 3, 4, 5 years ago, something like that, when they first were released. This one is, I don't know if you can see it there, but it's numbered. This was number 140. So anyways, it's pretty cool. I really like this razor. It really shaves really nicely. And although I wasn't too keen on the shape of the handle at first, I've found over the years that it's actually really comfortable, and the design is actually pretty well thought out. So next, I'm going to be using an old favorite. This is a cream that I was tucked away on my back in the closet there in a shelf, but it's an old favorite, and that's the Trumper's Eucris. And I'm going to be using the Eucris. This is the EDT. I'm going to be using that as my aftershave as well. For my blade, I'm going to be using the Supermax Blue Diamond titanium coated blade. Have no idea where I got these blades. I think I got these in a trade, way back when. But anyways, there's the Supermax Blue Diamond blade, so I'm gonna give that a whirl. And for my brush, this is not an old. This is a brush that is relatively new to me. This is the. Got to smell it. It smells clean. So this is the Brad Sears Fat Arley Brush with a Manchurian knot. And this Manchurian knot is kind of a, actually has 3 distinct bands of color. There's like a lighter, darker, lighter. But really, it's a great knot. I love this knot. So anyways, there's the Brad Sears Fat Arley, and this has got a like an ebony or black colored resin, and then I think the wood on the bottom of this is called mango wood. I think that's what that is. But pretty cool little brush, or pretty cool big brush. I'm going to go ahead and give that a whirl today. So I'm just going to squeeze the water out of the brush, and then I'm going to put a good snirtle of cream on the brush there. And we'll just kind of smoosh that in to the bristles. Smoosh it into the bristles there real good. And gonna wet my face, and we'll go at it here. We'll lather this baby up. So obviously with a cream you can lather this any number of ways. I like the face lather because I like the feeling of working the lather up on my face with the brush. So with the cream, I like to, if I'm going to just squirt onto the brush, I like to put it on a fairly dry brush, because I found that if the brush is soaking wet, then you have this drippy, nasty, soapy mess everywhere. So I'll just kind of apply the cream to my face, and you can see there it's pretty dry. So then I'll just go ahead and turn the faucet on, just so it's just a slow drip, and then I'll wet my brush, and I'll just kind of slowly add water and work this up into a lather on my face. Just add water little by little. This seems to work. This seems to work pretty good. And it's not horribly messy, although you can see there is some splatter going about here. But I guess that all depends on how vigorously you're lathering this stuff up on your face. This brush is really dense. It's got a nice dense knot, and the bristles are actually surprisingly soft for a Manchurian knot. really impressed with the quality of this particular knot. I'm not sure where Brad gets them. I think he has them made to his specifications, but it's a great knot, and I would highly recommend it. I've enjoyed it ever since the day I got it. It's just been really great. And as you can see, this cream just lathers up like crazy. It's really awesome. And the scent of this Eucris is really nice. Really a nice manly scent. Little bit, got a little bit of kind of a musty earthiness to it, but that is definitely in the background. It's got a nice, clean, woody, spicy scent to it. It's really great. This might be one of my favorite Trumper scents. Okay, we're just about there. Get a little bit more water on this side, and then we'll get going. You can see plenty of lather there. Probably could have used about half as much of the cream as I did. And of course, you can lather this stuff in a bowl, works just as good, but I just like the feeling of working the lather up on my face. I think it helps to hydrate the whiskers a little bit more, and just feels good, so I do it that way. It seems to work out good for me. If I'm going to use the energy to make lather, I might as well use the energy to prep my beard instead of wasting the energy lathering in a bowl. I guess that's my philosophy with it. But do what you like, whatever works for you. That's fine. I don't think there's any right way or wrong way. You just do whatever seems to work for you, and if you're happy with that, great. So this razor does have a fairly aggressive feel, if you will. And what I mean by that is you can definitely feel the blade. You're aware of the blade at all times. But it's aggressive without being harsh, so it's still a comfortable shaving razor. But you definitely have an awareness of the blade, which is nice, but you're not left with this irritation afterwards that you are with a super aggressive, harsh razor, which I really have grown to not like very much. I really don't like that super aggressive feel, because I find a lot of those razors are just aggressive just to be aggressive, and they can be just harsh, and I really don't enjoy that. So that aspect of my likes and dislikes has changed somewhat over the years. I used to be really into super aggressive razors, but I've kind of gotten away from that. But this is a razor that's still aggressive, is quite aggressive, but actually is aggressive but comfortable. So this blade so far feels pretty good, pretty comfortable. I don't think it doesn't feel quite as smooth as some of the other Supermax blades I've used. I'm trying to think what the there's another So let's see, I had another Supermax blade of some that I really liked, and that one seemed to be a little bit smoother than this one. This one's not bad, but that other one was really good. So it might have been like the Supermax Super Stainless or something like that. I wish I could find it in the drawer there, but I can't, so I'm not gonna. It's probably buried under some stuff in there, so. So this is my against the grain pass. Except on my cheeks, it's actually kind of across the grain, but the whiskers on my cheeks don't seem to be quite as stubborn as the ones on my neck, so I mean, pretty much, I could probably get away with just 2 passes on my cheeks, just down and up, and that would be real smooth. My neck, which is, and I think for most people, that's kind of a stubborn spot. Those whiskers tend to be a little bit more tenacious, and then your neck, the skin on, at least on me, for me, the skin of my neck seems to be a lot more tender, so those whiskers are a little bit more tenacious, and then that skin is more tender, which, you know, you really have to be careful there so that you don't irritate yourself. I'm not trying to get a, you know, really close shave. And of course, the hair growth on the neck can be a little bit goofy for people as well. For me, it kind of grows at sort of an angle like this, which is hard to get in a true against the grain pass with like a long bladed razor, like a straight razor. I can do it with the mongoose pretty easily, but anything longer than that, not have a little bit of a tough time getting against the grain on my neck. But you know, that's a really nice, really good shave. This razor really works great. Whoops. So there it is, just a 3-piece razor. Blade fits on the cap, and then you just put the base plate on. The ends of the razor covered with those little caps, and it's really just a slick, well-made razor. Really happy with it. So anyways, that's the shave today. I'm just going to go ahead and apply a little of the Eucris Eau de Toilette, or EDT, for my aftershave. And we'll call it good. So anyways, guys, that's it. Hope you have a good week. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. I'll be happy to answer them. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye.